be sure to comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling, and welcome to another Top 10 video here today, with it being Money in the Bank weekend tomorrow night, live on the WWE Network from St. Louis, Missouri. I figured let's go over the top 10 Money in the Bank cash-ins, in my opinion, of course, that happened in the WWE. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave me a thumbs up like that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Of course, follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page, where both links are down below. Tell your friends and family and come and join the Venom Nation Wrestling here on YouTube, or the JD Venom Nation here on YouTube. Daily videos here on the channel for both wrestling and video games. As far as wrestling is concerned, my Monday Night Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, my Money in the Bank preview and predictions. So go watch that. After you watch this video here, go watch that video so you can be pumped up for Money in the Bank tomorrow night. The Getting Over podcast was yesterday. Best news and rumors here on YouTube. Went over what the Big Show thinks of WWE Weekly TV and some other great important news and rumors from this past week in professional wrestling. And tomorrow, Sunday is the Money in the Bank review here live on this channel. I will be going live as soon as the pay-per-view goes off the air. I think that's it. I think I covered everything. I think that's it. But let's get to the top 10, guys. This is what we're here for. Again, this is the Money in the Bank top 10 cash-ins of all time. And just rules of the list here. For double winners, I'm not using double winners on this list. So don't wanna really spoil anything, but you know, you're not gonna be seeing double CM Punks. You're not gonna be seeing double Edges on this list. I think there was only 2 double winners in Money in the Bank history, if I'm not mistaken, or double cash-ins rather. But be that as it may, we're gonna go over the top 10 cash-ins, and let's not waste any time, and let's start off at number 10. Coming in number 10 is Kane from 2010, and he cashed in at Money in the Bank 2010. He cashed in against a little poor Rey Mysterio. You know, we only have maybe about like 15 Money in the Bank winners, 16 Money in the Bank winners, and, you know, there was some that was just awful that we're not going to see on this list, like Damian Sandow, who didn't win, you know what I mean, like Jack Swagger, what the fuck did that do for Jack Swagger, you know what I mean, so guys like that we're not going to see here on this list. But Kane, this was his second world title reign. Remember, he won his first world title at King of the Ring 1998 in the First Blood match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had the title for one night and lost the title then. That was in the summer of 1998. Fast forward 12 years later to the summer of 2010, Kane, you know, won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he cashed in later that night after, you know, after Rey Mysterio defeated Jack Swagger, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was still the Jack Swagger feud at the time between Rey Mysterio and Jack Swagger. But he cashed on Rey Mysterio and won the World Heavyweight Championship at the time. His title reign that he had it wasn't great, but he did beat some noble names. I mean, he beat Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam. He had the feud with The Undertaker. He beat The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match and a Buried Alive match, which is, what can you say about that? I mean, one of the worst Hell in a Cell matches of all time, and a very unforgettable, you know, uneventful rather, you know, Buried Alive match. I think that was the last Buried Alive match back in 2010. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember another Buried Alive match after 2010. I don't think we're going to be seeing that anytime soon either, because, you know, The Undertaker retired, so, supposedly. We don't know. We don't know. There's been rumors out there that Undertaker may be coming back. I don't know. I think he's gone. I think it will ruin the mystique and everything that happened at this past year's WrestleMania. But, back to the topic at hand. Kane winning at Money in the Bank 2010 and cashing in at Money in the Bank 2010 comes in at number 10. I did not really expect all those 10s to be after putting this here together. I did not expect to say 10 that many times. But anyway, Kane comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Dean Ambrose. I was gonna do a build up there, but I mean I was gonna say he won last year, so that would give it away right there. Is Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose at last year's Money in the Bank. This is when the brand split already have happened. So we had the brand split last year between Raw, SmackDown, and now, you know, Dean Ambrose went to SmackDown. Now he's back on Monday Night Raw. Look at this. A fucking year later, less than a year later, he's already back on Raw. Go figure, right? But he was in a Money in the Bank ladder match with himself, Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. And you know, and this match here was, you know, it was a decent match. It was a decent match. You know, from the get-go, but everybody knew that Dean Ambrose was the favorite. Nobody believed in Alberto Del Rio. Nobody really believed that Chris Jericho was gonna win. There are some people out there with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You know, Cesaro, you know, he was a dark horse. We were hoping he could win, but it didn't happen. So Dean Ambrose won. Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns in Seth Rollins' first match back. What was his first match back? Well, his first pay-per-view match back since returning from his injury, his ACL injury against Roman Reigns. He beats Roman clean in the ring. Then Dean Ambrose comes and cashes in and defeats Seth Rollins. And if you go look at Dean Ambrose's title reign, you know, he had wasn't horrible. It wasn't god-awful, but it wasn't great either. It was decent at best title reign from Dean Ambrose. Better than what he's doing right now, because right now he's, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. I just don't know. Dress up as a bear. Dressing up as a bear on Monday Night Raw. That should explain, you know, the difference between Dean Ambrose last year and Dean Ambrose this year. Go figure, right? I had the feud against AJ Styles, of course, where he lost the title against AJ Styles. They had like a match of the year candidate, top 10 match for sure of 2016 on what they did at TLC. But Dean Ambrose from last year's Money in the Bank comes in at number 9 when he cashed it in on Seth Rollins. So coming at number 8 is Daniel Bryan from TLC 2011. Daniel Bryan won the Money in the Bank briefcase at the best Money in the Bank pay-per-view of all time. Probably one of the top, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this again, one of the top 3 pay-per-views that's not a WrestleMania or Big 4 pay-per-view that WWE has ever had. Money in the Bank 2011. You cannot dispute or doubt that with the storyline going in with CM Punk possibly leaving the company, that everything else on that pay-per-view was just as important building up to that main event. And Daniel Bryan winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, the contract, I believe was the opening match at TLC at a Money in the Bank 2011, where he went to go cash in against the Big Show in 2011 at TLC. And you know, when he cashed it in, everybody was excited. Everybody was excited, but at the time though, Daniel Bryan was not believable as yet to be champion. At that time, that started the whole yes. The crowd didn't really get it, and up until the fans really started doing the yes chant at WrestleMania 28, where he lost to Sheamus in about like 4 seconds or whatever the fuck it was. He just got bro kick after the opening match to WrestleMania 28. One of the worst ways to take the title off of anybody. That just made the world title look like shit. At that point, that made the world title seem very, 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 very inferior to whatever the WWE Championship, was at the time. You know what I mean? You had Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus at 28. Then you had CM Punk versus Chris Jericho at 28. But everything else on the show was just overshadowed by Rock and Cena. I mean, not as far as match quality is concerned, but just as far as overall hype, what people remember off the top of their heads at 28. Very underrated WrestleMania 2 is WrestleMania 28. I really like that show. But be that as it may, Daniel Bryan cash in against the Big Show at TLC 2011 comes in at number 8. Coming at number 7 is, you know what, one of the most underrated cash-ins of all time, and it's definitely one of the most, you definitely got the best crowd reaction from one particular little girl. The night after Survivor Series 2010 is The Miz. The Miz comes in at number 7 here on this list, and it fucking fantastic. Randy Orton, he had a, I believe he had a match against Sheamus. I can't remember. He had a title match against Sheamus, or it was somebody on that show. That doesn't matter. But Randy Orton won the match, and he was favoring, you know, pretty much like favoring his leg. You know, it was a leg injury to Randy Orton. You know, pretty much after that, Miz comes out, cashes in. They actually had a legitimate match for about a couple minutes. Miz hits the skull-crushing finale, beats Randy Orton, becomes the WWE champion, and the Miz girl, memes were born. Memes were born from that, and God, man, that was one of the most funniest things. Just, that was legit heat. That was legit heat with that girl towards Miz. She was pissed off. I don't, some people say it was a plant. I don't believe that. I don't believe that could have been a plant. I don't think that could have been a plant. Not at all. Not at all. Maybe for more adults that could have been a plant. You know what I mean? For like when they got like grown women in the, you know, grown women and grown men in the crowd, like, you know what I mean? Like whenever someone turns heel, it's like, you know, fucking, you know, obvious that they're gonna be turning heel. When Seth Rollins turned heel on the show, that was legit shocking. You know what I mean? But like if the Big Show or if Kane turns in for the 80th time, you know, in the past 4 weeks, then that's not a heel turn. They got people in the crowd like crying. Like, come on, give me a fucking break. That was legit heat. That was legit heat right there with that little girl. And after the Miz beating Randy Orton and having a lengthy title reign up until Extreme Rules 2011 when he lost against John Cena and John Morrison. Everybody forgets about John Morrison being that steel cage match. But being that, I mean, Miz, he went on to you know, to beat John Cena at WrestleMania 27. Yeah, there was the double count on it first. And yeah, it was The Rock that saved him. But hey, on paper, it says The Miz defeats John Cena at WrestleMania 27 in the main event. But The Miz, the night after Survivor Series, cash in on Randy Orton, comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a man who is a 2-time cash-in winner. That narrows it down a little bit. A man that basically, just basically, was in a storyline that really, really, really hit home with some people, and also created a very underrated stable after him losing the World Heavyweight Championship, and also deleted. He was one of the first ones to delete Brother Nero. CM Punk. CM Punk at Extreme Rules 2009. He won at WrestleMania 25. He was a face. CM Punk was the winner the year before at WrestleMania 24. And basically his first cash in, he cashed in against Edge. Okay, yeah, that was cool. But his title reign wasn't great. Now this title reign was not great either. But he did have a title reign where he did defeat Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam 2009. He went in and he defeated against The Undertaker, and and he kept the title for a pretty good time, a pretty good amount of time. Up until he did lose the title. I don't remember the fuck he lost. Did he lose the title to the? I think he lost the title to The Undertaker, right? 2009, right? Because if he cashed in, it was Jeff Hardy. Let me look that up because I don't fucking remember. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't fucking remember. Was it Undertaker? See, look at this. Now I'm going through list. I don't even think that matters at this point, but it's just gonna be eating at me. It's just gonna be eating at me if for a reason if I don't remember. But I believe it was because I know he feuded against The Undertaker, and I believe he lost it. Oh yeah, Hell in a Cell. This came back to me. Hell in a Cell. Of course, he lost to The Undertaker. Yeah, it just came back to me. Hell in a Cell. I couldn't find it though. I couldn't find it. Yeah, Undertaker. There you go. Because he beat Undertaker at Breaking Point. Yeah, at Breaking Point with the Montreal Screwjob finish. Then it was at Hell in a Cell 2009 where he lost to the Undertaker. Okay, that's what happened. I couldn't find it though. But CM Punk defeated Jeff Hardy, and this really started the heel turn for CM Punk. And CM Punk was really getting into Jeff Hardy's head about his demons, and I'm gonna be the straight edge world champion, first ever, or whatever it was. And that eventually brought in the Straight Edge Society, very underrated faction in WWE. But CM Punk cashed in on Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules 2009, comes in at number 6. Coming at number 5 is a man who is probably, he is one of 2 men that cashed in and actually wanted an actual match. Not a surprise cash in, a proper cash in. It's not John Cena. It is Rob Van Dam, RVD. And he cashed in against John Cena at ECW One Night Stand 2006 and winning the WWE Championship then. And his title reign was voided. Well, not voided, but it was actually ended prematurely because he likes to smoke weed. Him and Sabu got stopped. What a fucking asshole. Oh my goodness. But RVD, fantastic atmosphere at One Night Stand 2006. And I think I'm putting this here on the list because, one, it's a unique cash in. It's the second cash in ever. First cash in was a surprise cash in from Edge. Second cash in was this one here. So we didn't really know how the cash ins were going to work. We just knew they can cash in anywhere, anytime within a year. So he announced his match prior, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to have it at One Night Stand 2006. And pretty much this match here was fucking awesome, really, because it was about 95% of the crowd. Fuck you, Cena. You know what I mean? You can't wrestle. You still suck. All those clever chants, that we see or that we hear from the faithful fans in the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. RVD, with the assistance of Edge, hits the 5-star frog splash on John Cena for the win. And, RVD, at the time was the new WWE champion. Lost it, about a few weeks later. Because he decided, like, hey, I'm going to ride with weed and get stopped. And me and Sabu, whatever. But, RVD comes in at number 5. Cash in One Night Stand 2006. Coming at number 4 is a man who is actually going to be competing at this year's Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship. It is a man who is known as the Viper. He is Randall Keith Orton. Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2013 comes in at number 4 just because of the fact that it was heel heat. Daniel Bryan just got put over cleanly by John Cena. With the flying knee. First time we seen the flying knee. Great SummerSlam match. Great build-up as well. Just what Daniel Bryan says that you're a cheap imitation of a wrestler or whatever, or something, or you're posing as a wrestler. Wherever their contract sign, wherever that was, I don't remember the exact line from Daniel Bryan, but it was along the lines of that. Just completely butchering Cena right there. One of the few times that people got over on Cena, and Daniel Bryan is not really the best mic talker in the world. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's good at what he does. He's not horrible. He's not fucking Dana Botch. Strong muscles. He's nothing like that. He's not like that at all. But Randy Orton cashing in, and probably one of the most funniest cash-ins of all time, because Triple H, who was the special guest referee, because he has to be involved in everything, right? Has to be involved in everything against Cena and Daniel Bryan. This is where face Triple H ended, and this is where we get back to the heel Triple H, the heel that we know and love, from back then. And in the heel Triple H today, he's not as good as it was back in the day, but it's still good. I still enjoy heel Triple H. You know what I mean? Especially if he's off T, because right now he's off T. When he comes back, it's gonna be special. So I like heel Triple H a lot better than face Triple H. But when he turned heel, he just turns around. Randy Orton comes out. First he comes out. He's kind of like mocking and like he's gonna walk to the ring. He walks away. You know what I mean? Then fucking Triple H turns around. Dan Bryan hits him with the pedigree. Randy Orton turns back. And my favorite thing, my most favorite thing that I hear about this is fucking Triple H. You know, he gets to the ring announcer. I forget who it was at the time. He's like, this match is gonna happen. Or he tells the referee, ring the bell, ring it. Fucking great. Randy Orton pins. Daniel Bryan here becomes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and that comes in at number 4. Randy Orton cashing in at SummerSlam 2013. Coming at number 3. This is the top 3 Money in the Bank cash-ins ever. And we're going to continue on here with a man who I am been a fan of since 2009. If you've been watching this channel for a while, if you've been knowing me for a while, you guys know who the hell I'm about to speak of right now. It was a man who well-deserved the title reign. He well-deserved it. He well-deserved that cash-in. He well-deserved to become the World Heavyweight Champion. His title reign wasn't great, I will say that, but the way they cashed it in, and it actually should have been cashed in the night before at WrestleMania 29, but when Dolph Ziggler cashed in the Money in the Bank contract the night after WrestleMania 29, that's where the smart crowds finally started to arrive in the crowd in WWE. The night after WrestleMania 29. A shitty WrestleMania. One of the worst WrestleManias of all time was 29. Into one of the best Monday Night Raw moments of all time. 24 hours. Alberto Del Rio was champion at the time. He had a feud against Jack Swagger. Another Money in the Bank. I just like how these Money in the Bank cash-ins, they all have lines into one another. You know, Kane doesn't really have any link with Rey Mysterio, but Dean Ambrose cashed in on Seth Rollins, who was another Money in the Bank winner. You know, Miz cashed in on Randy Orton. Randy Orton became a Money in the Bank winner. CM Punk cashed in on Edge. You know what I mean? RVD cashed in on John Cena with a proper match, but John Cena cashed in when he won his match. When he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, he wanted to have a proper match against CM Punk, who was another Money in the Bank winner. So it's just head explosion. But back to the point at hand. Dolph Ziggler came down the ring with AJ and Big E. Crowd pop, one of the biggest pops I heard in years. I mean, at least in the past. You know, I want to say at least within the past 5 years. One of the biggest pops I heard. Comes down to the ring, hits the zigzag on Alberto Del Rio. Or was it a super kick? I don't remember if it was a super kick or a zigzag. But be that as it may, gets the 1-2-3 pinfall. Crowd pop. Ziggler's just in jubilation. And everybody thought Ziggler was a face at the time. No, he was still heel. They had the double turn when Del Rio won the title back. But, I mean, just great moment. And with me being a fan of Dolph Ziggler ever since 2009 and ever since, you know, ever since then, you know, I've just been a Dolph Ziggler fan. Still a Dolph Ziggler fan to this day. You know what I mean? Some of it has worn off with him, and that's really because of what WWE has done to him, not really because of him himself. Still a great performer, still a great hand in the ring, but this cash-in was fucking awesome. This cash-in was fucking awesome. One of the best crowd reactions that I've seen in a long time here, and yeah, what else more can you say? Dolph Ziggler cash-in the night after WrestleMania 29 comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is the first winner of the Money in the Bank contract. The first cash-in, I was going to say the first winner of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but there's no pay-per-view yet. That was at WrestleMania 21 when this guy won the briefcase. But the first cash-in, and this happened at the 2006 New Year's Revolution. After a massive, bloody Elimination Chamber, John Cena came out the victor. After last eliminating Carlito and Chris Masters. Alright, well, whatever. But this man cashed in after Vince McMahon, Daddy Mac comes out. And he says that this man's going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase to guarantee himself a world title shot. It is Edge. And just like the music hit, just like in the commentaries at the time, it was just fucking great. Like it was just fucking great. Just Joey Styles on commentary at the time. It was just fantastic stuff. He comes in, he hits the spear on John Cena. John Cena was just a fucking crimson mask. Hits the spear on him. First cash in ever. 1, 2, 3. And with the very first cash in ever, the shocking, because at the time, think about at the time, no one knew on how this shit was gonna play out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. With this happening, this what made Edge the rated R superstar. This what made Edge the rated R superstar. His first world title reign came at the hands of him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and having Edge to become one of the most popular and one of the most, one of the best heels in that era in WWE. You know what I mean? A little bit mid ruthless aggression to early to mid era of the PG era. So between 2006 to, well, I'll say 2011, 2006 to 2011, that 5-year reign, Edge was, pretty much on top. Pretty much on top. And you know how many fucking world title reigns this guy has won? He won his first title. Let's see how many times. I can't think of the championship numbers off the top of my head with Edge. But isn't he like an 11-time world champion within that time frame? Man, his title reigns weren't great either. His title reigns weren't great either at all. He was an 11-time world champion. He was an 11-time world champion between 2006 and when he retired in 2012. God damn it, WWE, you're fucking assholes. That's basically 2 title reigns a year. Holy shit. But not to downplay the moment, it was fucking great. Awesome. And with that being said, Edge, the rated R superstar, the actual birth of the rated R superstar, comes in at number 2. Coming at number 1. Guys, do I really have to say what number 1 is? Do I gotta do a build-up? Do I gotta say that this is the very first cash-in that ever happened out of WrestleMania? This is the guy that won his Money in the Bank, I forget the name of the fucking event now. I forgot the name of the event. At Money in the Bank 2013. Do I have to say those things? Do I really have to say that this guy, was the first member of the Shield to win a world title? Do I gotta say that this guy had a great, a fucking great, I won't say great title reign, but he had a lengthy title reign up until he actually lost the title? Do I have to say that? And it was by injury as well. Do I have to say that? I guess I do. But who else? Who else other than Seth Rollins? Who else than Seth Rollins, guys? You know what? Like, it happened. It happened at WrestleMania 31. Great, WrestleMania. I think that WrestleMania is to me, maybe a top 5 to 8 WrestleMania of all time. You know what I mean? And I said 2013. I was looking here. It was actually 2014. My bad. 2013 was Damian Sandow and Randy Orton. But 2014. But be that as it may, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Everybody did not want Roman Reigns to walk out as champion. We're saying this happened 2.5 years ago with Roman Reigns. And look, he's still being pushed down our fucking throats. Holy shit. But anyway, we did not want Roman Reigns to walk out as champion. That crowd would have, I won't say, no, they're going to riot. Like, I think that would only apply to maybe once ever in wrestling. And that was again, we're going back to, and these all are all connected together in some fashion. Go back to ECW One Night Stand 2006 when I first saw if Cena wins, we'll riot. I would really believe that crowd would have riot if Cena would have won. I really believe the crowd would riot if Cena would have won that championship. But actually, with this here, the fans at WrestleMania 31 fans like, oh, we're gonna riot. No, you wouldn't have a riot. But a decent main event, and I would say a pretty good main event, actually. I would give credit where credit is due between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns was going to win the championship, and, you know, he was so close to winning the championship until we heard Seth Rollins' music. I was watching here in this very room. I jumped up. I was like, holy shit, oh shit, because there was a chance. We knew that there was a chance, but I didn't think WWE was going to pull the trigger at WrestleMania. I was like, oh, they're going to do the night after. You know what I mean? Maybe Brock Lesnar comes out, lays out Roman Reigns, then Seth Rollins comes out. No. Oh my, I was glad I was wrong about that, because when Seth Rollins came out to the ring, he bolted to the ring. He hit a curb stomp, on Roman Reigns and pins him for the 1-2-3 pinfall. WrestleMania ends, with pyro and, Seth Rollins holding up the title and just, like, swinging the championship around, oh my God, man. Great moment. I don't think this will ever be eclipsed. I don't think that this moment will ever be eclipsed. Unless if they go with my version of a cash-in, where someone gets injured, kayfabe or legit, whatever, and they will cash in out of nowhere at WrestleMania. That will be the only way that it will eclipse it for me. Let's say, for example, that Sami Zayn wins, right? The champion, let's just say the champion is, let's say the champion is Brock Lesnar. I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna make something up. I mean, let's say the champion is Brock Lesnar. Let's just say, okay? Sami Zayn gets injured. He's gone away for 4 or 5 months or whatever. Sami Zayn ends up cashing in on Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I mean, and after Brock Lesnar's been beaten down by whoever, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Let's say he cashes in on Braun Strowman, fuck it. Instead of Sami Zayn cashing in on Lesnar, let's say he cashes in on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman gets beaten down by Brock Lesnar. Let's say that. I'm just making a fantasy thing right now. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but let's just say that happened at a WrestleMania. You wouldn't tell me that you wouldn't pop for that? You wouldn't tell me that with Sami Zayn coming back from an injury, being gone for months, come back, cashes in on Braun Strowman or someone else, another heel? You wouldn't tell me that wouldn't get over? That would get very over with me, for sure. For sure. But Seth Rollins, his cash in at WrestleMania 31 after winning that Money in the Bank 2014 comes in at our #1 here this week. Whew. That was a mouthful, and this is going to be a 30-plus minute video, about a 34-minute video, guys, when it's all said and done. But guys, that's it for me. If you guys did like this video here, the top 10, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. Let me know what your top 10 is down below in the comments. I would like to read and hear them. And yeah, I mean, it's great for conversation. Definitely great for conversation, guys. But guys, be sure to come check out my Money in the Bank review tomorrow night. Go and check out the predictions right now. That's live up on the channel. Go check out the Game Over podcast. Episode 7 is up live. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT reviews are up live on the channel as well. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. Both links are down below. You guys are fucking awesome. I love you guys to death. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.